Pretty flowers. Oh. Cool to see a tracker in person. They're smaller than I remember. Jesus Christ. Oh, please don't pull out. Thank you. Hey guys, what's going on? So, I think I wanted to talk about something personal today. I've tried to talk about it before in previous motovlogs, but it just never really panned out too well. And I'm starting to notice more and more that I can't really speak well in the morning. It's a healthy practice for me to go ahead and start talking in the morning, on my bike ride here, but here lately, with my allergies just being so bad in the morning, I'm kind of all doped up on Benadryl and focusing on not dying, so there's that. I'm gonna turn in here. Oh, God. I have no confidence in the turning of this bike with these tires. It sucks. Really want to get new tires. Not dying. But something I've noticed lately is that I actually follow a lot of YouTube channels based around gaming. And that's not to say that I follow gaming channels. Hello, don't run out into the street, little boy. I don't follow a lot of gaming channels just watching people play games. Although that is involved, of course. I don't want to talk in traffic. It's boring as fuck. Taking a cue from Dan there. Good God, is it crowded though. So one thing I've noticed that when I've started to become very, I don't know if jaded is the correct term, but I'm just finding such little enthusiasm for video games while I play them anymore. And it's a huge bummer for me, because I've always been huge into video games, like I said. And here's my problem. I habitually get stoked on video games that are coming out, especially ones that just look like I'd actually enjoy playing them for a good amount of time. The problem is, I buy those video games when they come out, and I either don't touch them because the hype is lost, or I try them and I just don't get anything out of it. I don't know if that's necessarily something the developers are at fault for, or if it's literally just my enthusiasm for video games just going away. And who knows, it could be temporary. At the risk of sounding too personal, I'm kind of going through some personal shit of my own right now. My nose itches like crazy. But yeah, these kind of ruts just kind of come and go as they please, so who knows what it is. All I know is, when I play games now, I don't find myself getting engrossed in them. And it makes me really sad, because video games are awesome. I love hearing about them from the YouTube channels I follow. But yeah, I probably watch 2 or 3 of their videos every single day at minimum while I'm at work. I love being up to date with what's going on in the world of gaming, and it's as soon as it gets to me, the end user, it's just irrelevant by then. And I don't know if that's necessarily because I'm ahead of the game, just knowing what's going on or anything like that, or if it's just me just not finding enjoyment out of video games anymore. I do have to say, though, that this sort of feeling, I think, started before I started motovlogging. So I can't say that it's necessarily related to me motovlogging, although I did start having an overwhelming feeling before I started motovlogging. Now, whenever I was playing video games, I just felt like I was working on something that was just never going to matter. Of course, I mean, you get out what you put in video games, but for some of them that's not really that true. Some video games are just downright awful. Some video games just offer such a great visceral, emotional experience that you kind of wish there was a book written to quite encapsulate how you felt about that. In a lot of cases there are. Like, I'm a huge fan of the Mass Effect series, but I've only played the first game. I just love the game so much. But I just never have time to sit down and play it, either because I just don't feel like playing video games or I'm working on motovlogs. And I truly believe that that's a good thing. I do enjoy getting a nice, emotional experience out of a game. Like, I actually finally, just recently beat Fallout 4. And I bought that game. I actually pre-ordered that game. I bought it when it came out. And it was a great game, loaded with bugs, some of which were very game-breaking. That was a concerning pop. Not out of air yet. Fallout 4 was a pretty good game. It's just, there's so much to do in that game that it's so easy to get sidetracked. And if you don't really just immerse yourself in the main storyline, you're going to be spending so much time in that game, some of which you'll never get back because it's just not worth it to you. And I mean, all the stories are really good in Fallout, so I don't know why you wouldn't enjoy that if you're a fan of video games. Unless Fallout's just not your thing, but I enjoyed it. The problem that I'm trying to address here is just how long it took me to get through it. And it wasn't that I was getting sidetracked from quests in the game. Once I took a break from it, I could not step back in just because I just did not have the interest. Maybe that's a sign of me growing up or whatnot. I fucking hope it isn't. I'm 26 years old. I don't think I need to be doing any more growing up. And back to the subject of motovlogging. I don't really speak much in the morning, but on my way home from work like this today, it's just, you know, that's an opportunity missed most days. I don't really do too much talking personally, just because I'm not trained to do it. I need to train myself more just to come up with things. I feel like it's so cliche, though, just to start coming up with topics to talk about. And that sounds funny to most of you, probably, but I don't know. I kind of would rather have questions asked of me, but I don't think I have enough followers yet to really be able to justifiably say, submit questions, because you'd probably never see a motovlog. In any case, it's something I need to work on. I'd like to be able to just create a motovlog in a day, go home, edit it, have it scheduled for maybe a day or so later, just let it sit. And, you know, you kind of want to let your videos take a minute to wind up to speed in terms of trying to get a high quality video out there. Not that my videos are ultra high quality or anything. I record in 720p. A lot of motovloggers do 1080p, but I didn't pay anything for my GoPro. I traded it for an acoustic guitar. Sometimes I regret that decision, but most of the time I don't. You know, it was a trade offer that some guy didn't refuse, so I took it. I got a GoPro Hero 3 Silver, and it does not record 1080p in 60 frames per second. And for me personally, I feel like 60 frames per second is a very important feature to have in a video where you have a lot of motion, such as this. She seemed busy off-roading in her minivan. I had to go. Hey, buddy. It's actually a really beautiful day right now. It's about 72 degrees. Awesome. Between that and me riding again, I think my mood's a little bit cheerier, which is good because I've been in, like I said, I've been in kind of a rut, but I've been having a lot of fun with it. I took the doors off the Samurai legally for the first time because I have the mirrors that used to be on this bike on the Samurai, so now I can legally take the doors off because I had my roommate make a little bit of a bracket so that they can be... God, is that tire wine from me? Jesus, it is. Oh my God, look at that fan. Bus, whatever. So that's been fun. It's kind of like driving an ATV on the road, except it's arguably comfortable in that you have a bucket seat. So that's been an update with me. What do you guys think? Any of you guys having the same problem I'm having where games are coming out and you're super excited for them and then you get to play them and you're just like, I could just be doing something else, you know? It's something that I wish I could get over, but I don't know if I'm going to. Hopefully I will, because there's plenty of games coming out that I want to play. Right now, namely Overwatch seems like a great game, which is odd for me to say, because that's a Blizzard game, and I haven't enjoyed a Blizzard game in a long time. So anyway, guys, let me know how you feel. Let me know if you're experiencing the same thing. Drop a line down in the comments, and y'all have an awesome day.